I think it's fair to say that any pair of pants, a hallmark feature is going to be, well, how do they do with your nuts?
Clearly, nuts are something people are concerned about.
And I'm a proponent of nut health. So what we're going to do to try to put our spin on pants series, we're going to play essentially a game of horse. You remember the basketball game I played basketball as a kid. You probably...
I ate hot dogs at basketball games.
Yeah, you're a hot dog eater.
Yeah. But horse is simply too long.
It's too long. We got a lot of pants to do, so we're going
to just whore?
But then I thought that would get us kicked off YouTube. And then I thought, well, nut health.
Dude, it is International Men's Health Month. And nut health is part of that.
So let us play a game of nut. Now I want you to listen to what I say here, okay? The first one to nut loses. The goal is don't nut. That's what we're going for here, okay? So you get to, you know, whether it's a time or a maneuver or whatever it is, right? You do your thing, and then if you get a hit, the other one has to repeat it. First one to nut loses.
The ginger is up first. Jake needs to set a drill for the big man to fail.
You're not going to be able to see the left plate. 1.5 seconds from a low ready.
1.88.
Shit!
So you got an N.
No, because that just means that you have the opportunity to go first now.
I don't want you to blow out a knee or something doing this.
Let's see how mobile this Viking can get. It's Chris's set.
You'll start at the end of this. I'm gonna run up to this first, not this one, the second one.
Yep.
Get in a kneeling position, and you gotta take a shot at that steel you were just shooting at.
Okay, kneeling, left steel.
Yep.
Okay. .25.
Woo! 4.80.
Big time, son.
Chris is first to lose. We all saw it coming. He gets an N.
I got an N.
He got an N. He's a N. From high ready, 2 rounds on steel.
Look at the stretch. 2.46 for Jake. Good stretch. Dude, that actually feels great.
Yeah, 173.
Jake lost at his own game. The score is tied.
I got an N.
You got an N. I beat you at your own game. You can start on this side, jump over, however you want to. Run up to the patch right there, double kneeling, and hit that steel.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, no. Oh, that didn't go well at all. That didn't go well at all.
Save it.
876. Oh, look at that move, everyone.
Should have brought your reading glasses.
You missed.
Yeah, but what were my 2 hits in?
You got 868, but you shot 3 rounds. Well, that's a U.
What was your time?
876, so I win. Yeah, but you missed.
Yeah, but this is like USPSA, where it's just the hits, right?
No. In horse, if you miss a shot, you get a letter.
It may have taken nearly 35 years.
Am I right?
But Chris's parents can finally be proud. Chris takes the lead.
You're gonna lunge to you, and then 2 shots. Go feel it.
.1171. Now, the smart thing he did in this, which is also a super dick move, is he's like 6'7". So his reach with his legs is like a medium-sized giraffe.
Damn, son. 959.
Oh,
that's good.
You got an NU. Boy, we're tied up.
Yeah,
we're tied up.
A new and a new.
It is now tie game. Next to Flub loses.
Hit. Uh-oh. 29-27.
It all comes down to this. Who will net first? Oh no. Chris flubs it.
What the fuck?
Looks like Chris just got nutted on.
It still beat ya?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's nut.
Nut.
He nutted.
I nutted.
That's a winner. Final score of nut to new. It's not a big deal. All I'm saying is, if you woke up at a Christmas tree farm, there's 3 bottles of NyQuil around you, you're not gonna call someone?
I mean, with that, I'm calling someone.
Right.
Do I call the police or you?
Don't call me. I ain't
I
showing
don't
up.
want to call the police in that situation.
All right, gentlemen. Sorry to cut you short, but here are the producer notes. We are reviewing the UF Pro Striker ULTs.
ULT.
Say it with me.
ULT Striker UF Pros. Got it.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
All right. So, all right, rolling?
Rolling.
Cool. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show. This is actually going to be the first video in our pants series. You know, we get so hung up on guns and all the cool guy stuff sometimes that, ironically, a lot of people lately have been like, you guys should do some apparel reviews. And I'm like, just so happens, we're about to hit you with like 6 or 7 pairs of pants.
And the best comment was, hey, Chris, can we get some thick boy pants reviews? I'm a thick boy. I got some thick pants.
And he's got some pants on. So this is going to be the inaugural video in this series, and it's going to be on a new pair of pants from UF Pro. Now, we've had UF Pro on the show before with the Striker HT, I believe, is it?
Striker 2 HTs.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I've got a pair. I think you've got a pair too, if I
do.
remember right.
Yep.
Those have been great pants. And
I like them.
So anyway, this is a new offering from UF Pro. We'll get all into it. I'll give you our quick jazz here. It'll be quick, everyone. So first of all, UF Pro stuff you can get at US Elite Gear. We're an affiliate of theirs. Now, what that means is if you really like us and you're like, I would like to support those guys some way, we will have our little affiliate link down there with our code, and you can go there and it saves you a few bucks on your orders, and it's pretty cool. So you can get UF Pro stuff there. Guess what? We actually don't make any money on the UF Pro stuff.
Nope.
Bummer, but all good. Other stuff helps us out, so we've got that. Other things you should know, our day job, if you will. This is like the sexy part of the gig. Our day job, selling houses, and you know, it's not as sexy, but sometimes you guys might need help with that, in which case go to 1911 Syndicate. We'll get you hooked up. Beyond that, hey, subscribe to the channel. Do you need us to tell you to subscribe to the channel? Doesn't seem obvious.
Just click it.
It seems
I
obvious
get it.
that-
It's annoying. Just click it, guys.
So, so let's jump into it. So, relationship with UF Pro, a little bit. So, it was maybe 2 months ago, they reached out and they're like, hey, we saw your pants video of the Striker HT, whatever, I'm gonna keep messing it up, the other ones. And we've got some new pants coming out, and they're gonna be these ultra lightweight pants. Would you guys have any interest in reviewing them? And I was like, dude, 100%.
Yeah.
And just so you guys understand, right? Companies reach out, I wouldn't say all the time, because that makes us sound like, ooh, but like, companies reach out on a more regular basis now than they did when you've got 100 subscribers. They're like, would you have any interest in reviewing this thing? Or would you like to rep this thing? Or can we be your agent, which is always super weird. And it's about 50-50. A lot of times the answer is no, and then sometimes the answer is yes. Typically the stuff we say yes to, I had a call with a company yesterday, and I said, hey, look, there's no guaranteed good reviews from us. Like, you're gonna get an honest, fair shake, and I told this point blank to a manufacturer yesterday, I'd love to review your gun, there's no guarantee that it's a good review. But what we try to do is say yes to things that we think are either people really want to see, or things that we think are gonna be good, because we don't wanna set anyone up for failure.
No,
like there's no value in that for us. So when UF Pro reached out, hey, do you want to check out these pants? I was like, hell yeah, because I like your other shit. So like, please send some gear to us. So they sent these pants. They don't make these in your size.
Which, should we get into that? That whole,
it's very
how that works.
odd.
So, because the thick boy that asked for thick boy pants, UF Pro from their website, you cannot order thick boy pants. However, Anarchy Outdoors in Salt Lake, actually,
Utah,
makes thick boy pants. They go up to like a 48, I think.
Yeah.
I'm a 40 to 42.
Yeah.
Some pants, I'm a 38. So it really just depends.
Yeah.
But they got thick boy sizes in multicam and OD green at Anarchy Outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
And,
so if you need big pants, Anarchy's good. If you
Anarchy, why I was getting onto this, needs to carry these pants in thick boy sizes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree.
So if you're a thick boy, you need UF Pros, Anarchy Outdoors.
Yeah. matchmakers here, everyone.
You're welcome.
So UF Pro, they are just kind of basics for you guys. So they're based out of Slovenia. Had a couple of Zoom calls with them, learning about pants, kind of why, you know, I Q&A companies when I can. Hey, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that?
Do you know how cool that is?
Well, it's kind of cool because we're doing like 8 a.m. for me Zoom calls, which is like 4 or 5 p.m. or something like that for them. And they've been nice, right? But they make high-end stuff, like, you know, in the Gucci category, along with the Arc'teryx Leafs and the Cryes and the, you know, all the kind of like big names inside of that space. So just know if you're talking about these, we'll get into price and all that. You're not talking about budget pants. These are they're ultra lightweight pants, right? They're the ULT. They are meant for hot weather, and they're meant to be fairly minimalist while still being a combat pant. So hey, feature rich, but some of the stuff you're not gonna need in hot weather, let's strip down to the stuff that you actually do.
Like the 40 zippers on some pants?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hit you with some materials first. We got 3 different fabrics, and as you will kind of see through this series, it's amazing how all these nice pants all somehow seem to be using different fabrics. Yeah. It's almost like, I didn't know there were that many fabrics.
Yeah.
But
thought there was like wool and cotton, that's it.
Yeah, so Nyko Extreme Ripstop, which you will see, but you know, there's like different grades and shit. So
yeah, mine's that
goes above
Cordura Ripstop Nyko.
Yeah. So basically, look, the stuff's, you know, more tear resistant, a little bit more breathable, dries faster. This was an interesting little bullet point on it. 17% lighter than current US mil spec Nyko, right? So again, lightweight, right? So we're stripping down some of that weight.
Slovenia getting lean.
Yeah, not that US mil spec gear is necessarily going to be the, you know, the Gucciest stuff in the world. So you got 500 denier Cordura. That is at really the knees and the belt loops. So these, well, we'll just show you some B-roll now of the knees. So basically the exterior of the knees, which is obviously going to be where you're kneeling, are going to come in contact with glass, gravel, concrete. That's why we're filming out here today, is kind of, I wouldn't say torture test these, but it is a more harsh environment.
More urban-esque.
Yeah.
Because we can't go to downtown Salt Lake and be running around with guns.
It's not going to go well. It's not going to go well. You get smoked, and like, I don't know what happens to me, but you definitely get smoked. So the knees and the belt loops, heavier material just because they're going to take more wear and tear. This is going to be a tough one to pronounce, okay? So get ready for it. But it's the most fascinating fabric. Scholler, I think Scholler Dynamic Stretch fabric is going to be what is in the butt.
You want to turn around and show the camera? Or?
We'll get some dedicated footage of my butt. Don't you worry about that, young man. So it's in the butt, the waist, and the knees. So the Scholler material, it is fantastic. Okay, like it is the standout star of these pants. Is this very, very stretchy material that should still be durable. That's one of those things I say should, only because, well, I can't tell you that in the course of a week unless I just beat the shit out of pants. Like sometimes you only know things over time. That's one of those, you only know how it holds up over time, right?
True, and to be fair, we're dressing up in the desert.
Yeah.
So the real guys would be actually dudes that like deploy with those pants for a number of months.
Right. And look, I know from talking to UF Pro, they sent these pants to different continents, testing them out in different conditions. These were designed primarily for like Middle East type conditions, right? But I know these pants went down to Africa for testing and all
South
kinds
America,
of stuff.
and then even north too, right?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't specifically remember that. But again, these are the kind of the cool things you learn in some of these calls that will,
they sent them out to people and said, hey,
test the shit
run them and let us know.
Yeah, but so this fabric, I'm telling you, is the standout star of these pants. I'm gonna prove a point, right? Back up.
Mine can do that.
Bro. I literally heard crunching sounds.
Well, that was my gravel under my feet.
Something didn't go well inside, whether it was his body or the pants, something didn't go well.
Probably both.
It sounds crickety. It literally sounds like an old lady. Like, so this fabric is insane, guys. It's down by the knees, right, where you need some flexibility. And the butt, I'm telling you, when I talk about world of difference that this stuff makes, it's phenomenal, right? Like, it's really phenomenal material.
When you called me about those pants, that was the first thing you
mentioned I'm telling
dude,
everyone.
you got to check out this material.
The flexibility on these pants is phenomenal. All day, okay? I told UF Pro this. Because, look, I'm dead serious. I know you guys may think, like, oh, someone's sending you a free pair of pants, and you're going to say nice shit about it.
Yeah.
Look, my reputation as a man and a human being is worth more than a free pair of combat pants, everyone. And I told them when I talked to this, I said, hey, look, we're going to talk about this. And, you know, I'm talking to Slovenians here, and I'm trying to translate, hey, have you guys ever seen the channel? You know, we're going to go to places that you're not used to going. And look, how your nuts work inside of pants is very, very critical, right? Not once today. You ever go to the range and like all day you're kind of like, getting your boxers back in place and like, that rode up and you got to move shit back, right? Yeah. I haven't touched my boxers all day. Nothing's moved. Nothing's moved. Nuts, good. Boxers, good. Everything's good down there, everyone.
Are you sure?
That's phenomenal.
Because I thought up there you were complaining about your nuts.
Well, no, that's just because a nut, it was just an angle issue.
Oh, gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
It was just too much. I tried to lunge too hard.
Gotcha.
But like, I'm telling you.
Too hard.
Yeah, I tried to do a big lunge.
Stop.
And so anyway, so let's talk, well, mobility we already talked about, which was going to be my next section. I'm telling you, probably the most flexible
flex on that thing right there,
combat pants I've ever worn, right? I could do this all day and take shots. Piece of cake.
It's good. It's good. Lots of mobility. Don't hurt yourself here.
Look at that.
I was so hoping you would eat shit.
It's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake.
Should have kicked your knee.
Right? Limber. There's limber pants. I'm telling you guys. Like, probably the most comfortable combat pants I've ever worn, honestly. Features. So the knee pad. Hold this bad boy. Thank you. So really, you've got kind of like almost 3 levels of knee pads going on. So you got the just stuff that's on the outside, which is not padding, but it is a little bit more durable. So it's almost like the lightest possible, padding you could imagine. But then these things, they zip open, and then I loaded them up with the Max Daddy shit. So here's what you got.
Yeah, you got to break those down too.
So this is what's inside my knee pad area right now.
But even with that, real quick, there's still like a decent amount of material.
A very little bit of extra material there that gives you a slight bit of padding. You don't want to crash down, but a little bit. So you got 2 layers of knee pads. So check this out. Blow your mind, everyone.
And they build these in a very smart way to layer it.
So you've got this one, right? So this is like very flexible, very foamy. It's going to bend with you a lot, right? So you can just throw this inside of the slot, hold that. And then you've got this, which is going to be like the more hard.
Well, this is like a memory foam.
Yeah.
And then that's like a hard shell.
Yeah. So there's a pocket inside of the knee pads. You can just throw this in.
Yeah.
If you needed protection, but you wanted to go minimal. Or you could just throw that in. Or you could say, I'm going into some shit. And then there's a little pocket there where this layers in, and then you throw that in your pants.
Yeah.
That's a good knee pad design.
I mean, look at the size of that too. I mean, it's like the size of a plate for you.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's a big ass knee pad.
Right? It's really good. Like flexibility wise, good. I've been real happy with this. So the knee pad system is solid, everyone.
It's smart they made that breathable material too. So if you start to get a little warm, that doesn't retain any of the heat,
I agree. It's windy, so the notes are taking a beating here. There is an adjustment. Hold that, please. Adjustment at the back of the knee pads. It's going to be easier to show this with B-roll, but there is an adjustment point right here where you can tighten this down if you need them to be a little bit more tight or loose or whatever. It's pretty intuitive. You can't, at least not that I've found, there's no way to raise them vertically, which is something we'll try to talk about with the knee pad system, because sometimes based on your height and the pants length and everything, you want to bring them a little bit up or down. I don't really think there's a way to do this, but again...
Those ones are placed well to where when you kneel, it kind of moves up into position a little bit. Well,
it's part of the fabric flexing with you, and it's kind of bringing the pants where you need them to go. But also, you've got so much knee pad there that I haven't run into an issue kneeling in these where I'm like, that just tore my knee up.
Yeah.
The waist. So the waist basically has these like stretch panels that are around it, so you do have a little bit of flexibility. No, I'm actually.
Oh, I thought you were going to show the camera.
Well, I can't access my waist very well right now, so it's just we'll show some footage now of my waistline. You remember what my waist is?
It's a female waistline.
30 inch waist. 30-inch waist. I'm not bragging.
That's not something you should brag about. You should at least say a 34. 30?
34.
Dude, my calf is bigger around than your waist. You're built like a woman.
Now, let's talk about the waist, okay? So we got some stretch panels. It's pretty cool. That way, you gain a little, you lose a little, get a little flexibility there.
I know you're trying to drop weight right now, so.
I've been cutting down. I'm getting back into fighting shape here.
Still looking soft.
Hold that. There is one of my favorite features of these pants. Okay.
I will say that is super cool.
You're going to see a little bit of lower back skin here. Don't sweat it. There is a
stamp covered.
There is a pad. There's basically like a lower back pad. It's like lumbar support. I've never seen anyone do that. It's literally in like a triangle shape back pad at the small of my back.
That was like, purely organic right there. That was good.
And it's great. I'm telling you, it is great because I got lumbar support, and the idea behind that was like, hey, there's always once you start throwing on gear and all this kind of shit, you wind up with this little bit of gap, and it's like that's where you kind of get sore. You wake up like normally, no joke here. Like after these days, the next day, my lower back is what's sore because it's just from carrying gear and rifles and shit like that. And that lower back pad, I'm telling you, is a great feature. Big fan of it. I would have been a little skeptical, like, yeah, really, and like. Fucking legit.
I was thinking too, if you got like a ruck or something, it'll probably sit right on that pad and just be nice.
Probably.
Just be nice.
So it has this integrated inner belt system. Again, we'll show you some footage now of that. So essentially you've got it's almost like for guys that wear EDC belts and then they or like an inner range belt and then they slap their battle belt over it. Essentially this comes with that. It's integrated so you can't take it out, and it's independent on each side. So you can really, we'll show footage of it, but you can lock this thing down exactly where you want, and your gear does not move. There's no shift that's happening because of the way that inner belt is built.
Yeah.
I don't run a lot of I don't run battle belts. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
And so, hey, if I was taking my pick, I'd probably personally want it without the inner belt. But I think for most people, and given that these are, again, combat pants, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, while it's not as good for me walking around Whole Foods, were they made for that? Like, not as much.
They can withstand that.
They
weren't made for that.
They can go to Whole Foods and they're going to do fine. Like, you're going to be totally fine in the produce section. And
someone might just call you a douche.
It'd be rude though. So ventilation. Let's talk about ventilation. So we've got ventilation at the back. So check
this is a very specific.
Check that ventilation out.
Man, that's some white legs, dude.
They're actually sunburnt as hell right now, if I'm being honest. And then we've got ankle ventilation. So the breeze begins from the ankles, it starts going up the leg, and it's like, oh, I've hit a bottleneck. I need more airflow. You unzip these bad boys, and I've got all kinds of ventilation that's now hitting my quads, right? And it's trickling up towards bottom of the
sack.
The testes, right?
The sack.
And so it's nice, guys. And you get this cross flow between ankle and then quad ventilation, and it just rises up. And I'm telling you right now, that breeze.
Nice. Do you try to like push air into those?
I don't have to. I don't have to. It
just does it naturally?
It just finds
You're not
its
like...
way. No. So the NVS, the nut ventilation system, as we've deemed it on our first UF Pro video, and I've told UF Pro this directly. I mean, I've mentioned the nut ventilation system to them. I don't know if they're now regretting this review.
I hope that they make that their thing. They just call it NVS. They don't say what the acronym is for, but it just says on their pants NVS ventilation.
With a little C that is copyrighted by us. That's all I need. That is all I need. So the zipper, right? Hey, what if I've got all my shit on and I need to pee?
This is a problem. So if the zipper's not done well, it's an issue. From the bottom? Does it have a top also?
Yep. Two-way, right? Open. I'm not going to, on camera.
Camera's not big enough, homie.
Right? And then it's like, I'm in the wilderness to do my business, right?
You're just going to
take that,
show us right over there?
Back down, I'm in business. So I got a two-way zipper's fantastic.
I do think that's pretty cool.
Two-way fantastic, right? So, because otherwise you got to get all your shit off.
Well, like, if you're a grower, not a shower, you zip down from the top. If you're,
it's all based on your biomechanics and what you were born with.
What God gave you.
Pocket configuration. So we've got these cargo pockets here. Very nice design. It's hard to really do much to make cargo pockets unique. So the way that they basically did this, so they operate on buttons. You can replace this with Velcro if you want.
There's like a two-flap?
Yeah, so it's a two-flap, right? So basically, hey, you could, I don't really know the point of the second flap that much, but what I've been doing is leaving this one undone. And so there's a little bit of bungee here. That way, so there's no shot of anything falling out. I've been leaving this one done, this one undone, and then I can get in there, I can get out whatever I need. There is a little retention strap down there that would, I haven't tried an AR mag. It feels to me like it would take an AR mag or like a pistol mag. So you have retention straps at the bottom of that, but this little bungee is a very, very nice little design because it's like, there's some bounce to this, so your shit's not gonna fly out, but you don't have to actually like secure your pocket. It's clever. Hand pockets also kind of...
Well, wait, real quick. Do your vents, can you get to that pocket from your vents?
So check this out. I'm seated in a vehicle or I'm kneeling and I need to get something, no problem. No problem, right? I'm seated in a vehicle, whatever. I want to top off a mag, cool, no problem. Get in here. Boom.
So they put another zipper on the inside here.
Yep.
In front of the vent.
Yep.
That you can also access this main pocket from.
Yep. So you can get to your cargo pockets here or through that. Vertical.
Gosh, that's smart.
Yeah, it's clever. I'm telling you, like they really they just nailed it. It was a case of they
Those are cool.
nailed it.
Yeah.
So we've got that. Hand pockets also have mesh up there, so it kind of a little bit more ventilation. Not that you're going to get a ton, but you do get some ventilation there. There is a separate knife pocket. It's going to be a little tough to show. We'll show you some footage of it, but there is a separate little knife pocket. That way, hey, your car keys. But you know what? We'll again show footage, but this there's a little key pocket right here. Because we've all had that. Hey,
yep.
Whatever, you're going home and you're like, oh man, I had all this shit on me. Where the hell did my key go? Dedicated little key pocket right here. Or for batteries or anything that's real small that you wanted to keep, a little secured zipper pocket.
It's cool.
Great touch. Great touch. You know, it's the little stuff in life that kind of makes me happy sometimes. There are no back pockets, so there's no pockets back here, but
not necessary.
It's not necessary, and I give it a pass because I get so much value out of that flexibility that I get from the Scholler dynamic stretch fabric.
Good job.
Swiss company, Scholler, that I accept it. Now, price.
Holy shit, you all right?
$301, right? So they're not cheap. They're not cheap. They're in the premium tier.
301?
301, right? The one was, you know.
Import.
Yeah, whatever, you know, import tax. I don't know what it is. It's
right around that same price.
Slovenia tax, you know, whatever. So look, all the top tier pants are usually going to wind up $250 to $300. That's kind of your range. And then some really stretch and you start getting up closer to $400. It's uncommon, but you see it here and there, as will be the case with, I know, something that we've got coming on this series. These don't come with the knee pads. So, hey, look, if you need knee pads, the bigger one right there is 38 bucks. The smaller one's 26. You can get them as a set, or you could just get one or the other, depending on.
Get the set, guys. Get the set.
I would get the set personally. In terms of like just kind of some final thoughts here. I already talked, hey, the inner belt, very good design. It's not so much my thing because I don't do a lot of like inner outer belt stuff, but I think it's a good design. I'm not actually giving it a con. I'm just saying based on what you're going to use these for, it may or may not be your thing. Yeah, really, they nailed it. I'm a huge fan of these.
Cool.
I've been thoroughly impressed. It's also very nice, you know, when companies are like, hey, we're going to submit this gun for review or whatever, you're always finger crossed going like, man, it's going to suck so much if I have to like trash your product.
Yeah.
When now I kind of know you a little bit. It happens, and it has happened with us, and it will continue to happen, and it's not the most, you know, we create awkward situations, but we do it to give you guys a straight shot. This was a very pleasant case of, hey, look, some stuff came in for review, and it was like, awesome. Knocked it out of the park. I would say these are in contention for my favorite pants that I've got. And mind you, I mean, we're talking Crye's, go down the list. Like, these are in contention for my favorite pants.
Cool.
And again, hot weather oriented, not going to be as great in the winter, but understand the purpose of them.
Yeah.
Huge fan. Huge fan.
Well, Anarchy, get on it.
Yeah. And
I want those.
Again, last plug for us. You can get UF Pro stuff, big boy sizes at Anarchy, or you can get some stuff over at US Elite Gear. We get no kickback on that, but you can still fucking, you know, whatever, like go there because they got a bunch of other cool stuff as well. So that's it.
Cool. I dig them.
That's it. All right, everyone.
Thanks, kids.
See you soon.
Cool, guys, I'll take my notes back, and I've got a cupcake back for you at the trailer.
Oh, dang. Cupcakes.
Legit.
I wanted cookies, but okay.